from what he felt his mother went through. It's obviously an area one has to tiptoe into very gently, but I don't know what the impact on your physical and mental health of all the pressure that you clearly feel under.
I would say, look, any woman especially when they're pregnant, you're really vulnerable, and so that was made really challenging. And then when you have a newborn,
It's a long time ago, but I remember. Yeah.
And especially as a woman, it's a lot. So you add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed. It's I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay, but it's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes.
And the answer is, would it be fair to say not really okay? As in, it's really been a struggle.
Yes.
Do you feel at peace in a way yet, or is it still a sort of wound that festers?
I think probably a wound that festers. I think being part of this family and this role and this job, every single time I see a camera, every single time I hear a click, every single time I see a flash, it takes me straight back. So in that respect, it's the worst reminder of her life as opposed to the best. Being here now 22 years later, trying to finish what she started, it will be incredibly emotional. But everything that I do reminds me of her. But as I said, with the role, with the job, and the sort of the pressures that come with that, I get reminded of the bad stuff.
Yeah, so the hashtag We Love You Meghan is trending right now as people kind of send out these messages for Meghan with their support. Ethan says, it breaks my heart seeing her like that. Nikki says, you can tell she's doing her best to block out all the hate. Bless her, it's all over her face. Faith says, look like she's about to cry. I really do feel bad for the royal family. They may be famous, but they're still human. But there are people that are kind of attacking this too, saying, like Irish just said, beautiful performance. Her acting improved since Suits.
No, I don't think that's, she just had the baby. And I remember when I first had my child, you go through a lot of emotions that you don't think you're going to. You feel that you're strong enough to have this child. You're excited about it, but you're not prepared taking care of yourself, because all you do is give back to this child. And she's just doing that. She's just a new mom trying to take care of this baby. So just with that part of it, that's a struggle. And you could fall into depression, there's anxiety, there's so much involved that you just don't know. And then being a royal on top of that, and everyone's scrutinizing what you're doing. I mean, she wasn't brought up in the royal family. Like she just came into it, 2 years ago, right? And she's told herself, I'm strong enough to probably to handle this, but it's hard. And then you hear what Prince Harry says about his mom and everything that he has to go through, and he doesn't like seeing a camera or a shot. He does not like it at all. So on the other side is that we see them more on camera than we've seen William and Kate. So what does that all mean? I mean, they're using their voice to make a difference, but maybe it's time to step back and not do it.
Joe says, unfortunately, when you're born into or married to, you will always be under scrutiny, sadly. So some people are having the argument, like, what you signed up for, Meghan.
No.
But I don't think you really sign up for this level of just scrutiny that's going on. And I find it so interesting, too, when she says, no one really asked me how I'm doing. But the reality is, with all of these royal events that they're going to, people can't go up to you and go, hey, how's it going, Meghan? Like that kind of stuff. It's these very formal events where you're talking about the cause. They have to have all these conversations that are just very frivolous conversations. They're not allowed to really engage with people.
Personal, that answer to that question, it's almost like at home or where she lives, people are more worried about the aspect of what they're doing rather than saying, hey, Meghan, are you okay?
Well, that's the thing. She's surrounded by people that work for her, right?
That's
it's her and Harry in this cottage. No one, her friends aren't there on a daily basis, kind of thing. So I get her thing, but that's kind of the reality of royal life. That unfortunately, with all of the protocols when you go to these events, you can't just sit around and talk about your life. It's very, very formal, and you're just having very, very shallow conversations. I don't think that's what she's saying, though. You think that's what she's saying? I think it's in general that no one's asking her how she's doing. But who? That's the thing. When would be the opportunity for people? In a daily life,
daily life.
I'm going to say, how are you doing? You can't say, and when they're meeting these people, you can't have those conversations. So I think there's such a coldness to the conversations that are impersonal reality to the conversations that they have to have. So it's that life, but it can't be there's got to be a lot of times where this isn't that much fun.
I mean, you're right, and the royals have always dealt with it since the beginning. Diana, it always